Our exhibition here today is to demonstrate the differences between styles of karate, whether they be Okinawan, Korean, Japanese, or even Chinese, and show that it's not all the same, not really like Hollywood puts it on or some of the magazines. We also have a second purpose, which is probably more important, and that's to raise some money for a black belt student as well as an instructor here who passed away last month, and we're going to use the money to go towards his family to offset expenses. That's the second thing. But Master Kise comes over each year from Okinawa, and he passes on a little bit of knowledge, and we try to learn just a little bit at a time and work on it each year. And then when he comes back the following year, he looks at it, tells us where we're doing wrong or what we're doing right. And then when we put on a demonstration, really at the end of the clinic, like we had this last week, the purpose is show the people what we've learned, but also to let Master Kise look at us one more time and make sure that we're doing it somewhat.
Now, what type of karate?
Okay, there are several types of karate. We're Okinawan karate, and it's called Shoden-do. It's a system called Kinshinkan, which means Fist-Heart Association, or Federation. And the main purpose of our karate, and it makes it a little different than some of the other karates in the sense that we're a defensive art, not an aggressive art. And we're not as much of a sport karate as many of the other systems, although we do compete in tournaments, perform in demonstrations, and do everything else. But our system has some of the unique factors of being an older system. Not so much sport in it, not so much high kicks, not so many fancy, non-usable moves, but real, true moves that work in karate, work in a situation such as self-defense or maybe even sparring.
Jerry, what's your last name?
Partain, Jerry Partain.
P-A-R-T-A-I-N?
That's correct.
Okay. Master, what is it? Is appropriate to call you Master Kise?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Coming over from Okinawa, what do you think people in America, how do they view karate?
I come here so each year, but teaching technique and kata and working. So they're coming. Each year coming, I want to fix teaching so better now.
How long have you been performing or working with karate?
Me? I have almost 40 years old, 40 years old karate training.
When you come here each year,
yes,
what is your purpose? To go by the different schools that are being taught?
That's why I come in the school, come and watch. So I want to come and fix too, So each year good, now better.
What is karate growing as a sport, as a type of self-defense in the world today?
Yes, karate having almost now sports. Before, so coming to quick, So now sports and best one now,
One last question. What part does age play in karate? Obviously, there's some very young people here.
I teach in Okinawa 6 years old up, kids up, and I teaching.
Is it a sport for only the young or the old or?
So in the deluxe first, deluxe I have sorting do have so shoe and karate, but 6 years old up I teach here in Okinawa.
Fantastic.
Yes.
What would you, if you could say something to the American public about karate, about something that might be misunderstood about the sport, what would you want them to know about the sport of karate?
Some, we have some people have so we help to karate and everybody same any style and any family so we fix watch it set room coming to go up
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, the big thing we have on what is
Karate started in Okinawa. Would it be with your style of karate? Was that one of the first styles ever that's been recorded?
There's many different karate have, but my Sorin-ju karate very old, old style.
There are a lot
Old
of
style and soul step.
karates. Some are way out here.
You've mastered an art.
A red belt like the one Supreme Grandmaster Master Kise wears means you're one of 6 10-degree black belts in the world. Most of them still come to Sensei Kise for instruction, even though he is younger than them, but their knowledge and how they receive their 10th degree is not as complete as Sensei Kise's. The master and his student Jerry Partain, the highest-ranked black belt in America, are touring this country observing students of the Okinawan Shoran-ryu, a karate designed as self-defense. Now, Okinawan karate is different than sport karates today because it's not based on winning or defeating competition-wise or in the street. It's based upon controlling the situation, controlling the individual.
Now, this particular art focuses on self-defense and pressure points, and I guess you'll show me one right now. It'll hurt this way?
Just
okay.
grab me.
Oh, just grab me? Okay. Okay.
Two hand grip.
Put 2 hand grip. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got him?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that hurts. Okay. His Okinawan karate is based on controlling a situation, and he does it with 2 fingers. The Grand Master says Americans have a tendency to create bad habits. He's here to correct them. Mike Castellucci, News 13.
Well, that is quite an honor to have him in town.
It is. It's quite an art, what he does,
Yes,
too.
it is. Yes, it is.
Of Master Kise. The first one was done in 1987 in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and the second one was done in 1991 in Colorado Springs.